Welcome to Brainstorm MTG. I'm ELD, and this is Fast Effect, Double Speed Magic the Gathering from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Mass. We have Lucas on Delver versus Matt on a new Dark Depths deck that has been tearing it up. Renin 6 Delver for Lucas, also been doing tremendous, so this is really, I think, an excellent snapshot of the format in the finals here of our Friday night, maybe Wednesday night Legacy, not sure. One of our weekly Legacy events. We have them going on all the time, but this is a recent one that I wanted to get on camera. Actually doing a little bit out of order. Some of the videos coming up will actually have taken place chronologically before this. Got Duress taking out Brainstorm, showing Daze and a pair of Wastelands. Wasteland very, very problematic for Dark Depths. Of course, breaking up the combo the way you actually want to do that. Allow Thespian Stage. Wow, Renin 6 is so good right now. That goes ahead and returns that land. I'll get back to the anecdote about Wasteland in a bit. Renin 6 really doing a lot of what Deathrite Shaman used to do, except somehow not completely breaking the format in half. The fact that it fixes mana without accelerating on board, a very large distinction, and actually ultimately just be the difference here. So Wasteland getting used, targeting that Nurturing Peatland. Matt takes the opportunity to draw a card, and Lucas is going to go ahead and return a land to hand. Would likely do well to get down as many Wastelands as he could, as quickly as he could. Get out of hand very, very fast. Daze will do a little bit to prevent some of the more broken things that can happen. With a single Wasteland. At fetching. Grabbing a no basic. Now these decks don't currently run into the north. They previously have, as you can get your basic or your Dark Depths. Now this gives Lucas an opportunity to make an error. If he decides to use Wasteland on Thespian Stage, Matt can turn it into a basic land, and that would be an absolute blowout. And he does. It's now a basic swamp. Lucas probably could have used his other Wasteland there in response. May have been fine. Inevitability building here with Renin 6. Tempting to just getting that Crucible-like effect out of it. Fire Hexmage can clear this Renin 6. Of course, it doesn't just have to be used on your Dark Depths. That swamp with Thespian Stage's ability on it. Cast a Dark Depths and now a Sylvan Prying. Matt didn't know that Daze was there. Not a big fan of that. Wasteland taking out the Bayou, and now Thoughtseize. Drop rotation, Wasteland, and Dark Depths. From here, this actually looks like it very much favors Matt. Play this Wasteland next turn, play the Dark Depths, and this is going to be very difficult for Lucas. Oh, now he's got his other Wasteland. We actually knew about that as well. Find a way around this second Wasteland. Oh, and perhaps a third one in hand? Wasteland, one of them. Log coming down. Little mana light for what he would have potentially been able to do. Crop rotation. Elvish Reclaimer. This guy's a 3/4 at this point who can pull the combo together. Now for Lucas. This Elvish Reclaimer may end up running away with this game. He's very difficult to remove. Lightning Bolt's not going to do it. Like an Abrupt Decay his hand, but he doesn't have black and green from two separate sources. He has a bunch of Wastelands, which are, of course, welcome in the matchup. Black and green. Hear this guy. There it is, the fetch land. Round C. Abrupt Decay is going to go ahead and take out that Reclaimer. Getting to the point where Vampire Hexmage, a very dangerous draw. 2 Wastelands. More than likely either a bunch of Hexmages or more Thespian Stages or Wastelands on his end. He's got a crop rotation for one of them. Six in hand could be very, very good for Lucas. Doesn't have the red for it this turn, though. And a Goyf. That is a big boy. I believe a 5/6, no? I think we've got Instant Sorcery and Creature. Creature Planeswalker, right? 5/6. Alright. Cycling off of this Peat Bog, this Mox Diamond. Giving all sorts of color options. Ren in 6. Now Wasteland taking out Urborg. Coming right back thanks to the Ren in 6. Still 2 Wastelands to contend with here. This clock making all the difference in the world. Matt does need to find a way to move forward. Previous to the clock, it did feel like he kind of had as much time as he needed to assemble his combo. Got a Vampire Hexmage. Here comes the Dark Depths. This cannot preemptively use these Wastelands. Go ahead and ping the Vampire Hexmage. Gonna force a Wasteland to be used. Now, if he has crop rotation, he could actually crop rotate for a second Wasteland. Interested to see how this game plays out. I think he may have actually had it there if he had. He does not have crop rotation. Here we go. Now an Abrupt Decay taking out Wrenn and 6. All the wastelands in the graveyard. Redhorde Arcanist. I think at this point a 2020 would be late. Elvish Reclaimer is a small fry compared to this Tarmogoyf. Like we'll have Lightning Bolt, Arcanist, Bring It Back, and the Goyf to deal with. So Lucas hanging on there. Game 1. Plenty of Wasteland effects. Recursion from Wrenn and 6 doing its job. Tarmogoyf pushing that life total down. Stomping it out. Just extinguishing any hope there for Matt. Continued to fight right to the end. What he has in store for games 2 and maybe 3 if his sideboard's good enough. This Wrenn and 6 deck is an absolute monster. What a beautiful iteration of Delver now. Super greedy on the mana base. Really good spells. Getting double duty out of him. With the Dreadhorde Arcanist. Got Leovold in there. Decks are really just a who's who of great Magic cards. Synergize so well together. And not at all, I think, what people would anticipate if they're outside of Legacy. The power level of these Delver decks and their ability to find ways to win and control the game, out-tempo your opponent. From the outside, Legacy may look like just a crazy format where you can do things like Tendrils your opponent on turn 1, or Show and Tell an Emrakul, or reanimate a Gristlebrand. There's so many busted plays, but at the end of the day, these Delver decks put up tremendous results and allow strong players to leverage play skill over a ton of little incremental decisions. Like a couple of pitch counters here for Lucas. This Elvish Reclaimer is gonna resolve, perhaps? No, he will force, and with a Force of Negation, no less. So 2 of Lucas's strongest cards down for this 1-drop. String Peat Fog. Like Vampire Hexmage. Vampire Hexmage is on board. Very vulnerable play here. Lightning Bolt does clear it. The Thespian Stage added to the mix now. Sylvan Scrying. Finding an additional Thespian Stage. Lucas here stuck on 1 mana, and this is looking terrible. It's going to be a 2020 incoming real fast. There's the Dark Depths. I think we may be going to Lucas's upkeep. No, he's actually going to do it now. 2020 Merit Lage. Is there a Vapor Snag or and no, nothing? So perhaps would have been slightly better to go to the upkeep there. That way, if he does have a card like Vapor Snag, at least his mana is tied up for the turn. Feels bad if they do Vapor Snag, untap, and then cast a Dreadhorde Arcanist. Some other relevant mana threat. Now going into game 3, Lucas really stumbling on his mana there. A single land. Trips not doing enough. And base together. Once you hit 2 with Wrenn and 6, does a world of help recur those fetch lands. absolutely tremendous. And of course, in this matchup, recurring those wastelands, very dangerous. Delver of Secrets for the first turn. Gets off to a good start. Catacombs. Ox Diamond now. This is a new addition to the deck. Enabling more turn 1 plays. Things like Sylvan Scrying feel pretty bad when you're using Lotus Petal or ESG for it. Now we've got a Daze stopping this Vampire Hexmage. Delver not flipping. Now a Badlands. Counterspell potential there. What looks like a choke? Is that choke? Looks like a Tempest. Fog. Draw a card with it. Turn perhaps. Not playing the Thespians. Red Horde Arcanist now. Coming down. When a Pithing Needle on the other side of the board. Could be another opportunity for a blowout play. I'd like to see that. We've got Pithing Needle for Matt. That's likely naming Wasteland. Storm with the trigger on the stack. Was there even an instant in the top 3? No, there is not. What a... Oh, that is horrifying. So, using that Brainstorm, needing to draw it back. Now Abrupt Decay taking out that Arcanist. Pithing Needle. Fortunate for Matt here. That's likely taking out Thespian Stage. Sylvan Library now. Going to be doing a ton of digging. Would have been a sick play to be able to respond to that Pithing Needle by activating Thespian Stage, targeting Swamp. Yeah, I believe that's a Swamp. Anyways, targeting any land, really. And what that would do is make it so the Pithing Needle basically has to name Swamp. I mean, all of the other Thespian Stages in the deck are live. That would have been a really fun one to capture on camera. It doesn't happen very often. But when it does, man, is that devastating. Sylvan Library going to start to do the work. Fetch lands now. A little bit more important, getting a library shuffle. Here we go. That's much more important. This is some beautiful synergy here. So we've got Sylvan Library along with this Elvish Reclaimer. Not only can Reclaimer pull the combo together, finding a Dark Depths, but it can also shuffle the library. Let's see him resolve Sylvan first. Surgical Extraction taking out Vampire Hexmage. Now it's going to be a matter of finding removal for this Pithing Needle. Urborg, mana choke. That's going to get a hard cast 4, so yeah, I believe it's actually choke. Exactly love that counterspell. Choke not really doing a ton. Then again, I guess Matt's out is likely going to be Abrupt Decay, so fun can be done about that. Again, shuffling during the upkeep. I'm grabbing a fog, going to get an extra draw off of that. Abrupt Decay. Another Elvish Reclaimer. Life total dwindling. Step, drawing a card. Liliana's Triumph and Edict effect. Another reason why this Elvish Reclaimer is so strong is it does get around all of the Edict effects. Sacrificing itself to keep alive your Merit Lage. Now, are in the upkeep, I believe, for Matt, considering the game. Sacrifice. Grabbing Urborg. And to play tapped. However, Dark Depths and Mox Diamond can still team up to cast an Abrupt Decay if he can. Oh, I think he got it. Is it enough? What is his life total here? Still alive. End step, taking out this Pithing Needle. Maybe low enough for burn to matter. Crop Rotation, an excellent card to have here. Able to make the Dark Depths Merit Lage token action from blue by finding Sejiri Step. And an incredible match. Just now, the 6th land drop here. End step. Matt attempting to make a 20/20. Liliana's Triumph, taking out the Elvish Reclaimer. Just a single Triumph, though. Sylvan Library. Loading 1 Crop Rotation. Sejiri Step, giving it pro blue, and that is it. Matt hanging on, finding a way to win with this new Dark Depths build that I suspect we'll be seeing a bit more from. That is all for this one, but don't worry, there is a lot more. You can check out our older videos, and we're always putting out new videos from ELD's Time Vault Games in Bellingham, Massachusetts. If you want to help the channel, of course, you can like, subscribe, share, tap that notification bell so you can know the next time our new videos come out. Thanks for watching.